thank everybody for taking time out for joining us today. I know time is precious and we're all busy and we're all trying to keep on top of our medications and get our exercise in and all our special projects and support groups and figure out when we're going to eat. And having Parkinson's is like having a full-time job.
It is that.
But I hope you're having a great summer. I want to thank the folks at PD Alliance for hosting us again. Rachel Steinberg, please join us and tell us about what you're up to and what the group is up to.
Great. Well, thank you all for joining us. PMD Alliance is really happy to be hosting this call every other month. And we're happy to be a resource to people in the Parkinson's community. One of the things that we really focus on is training support group leaders. And so we have what we call in-sync support group leader workshops, where we train support group leaders through integrating different types of groups together to creating succession planning when you move on and you want somebody else to take over your support group. And we have these programs online, and we are starting to do them live. Our first live one is going to be at the end of August in Phoenix, Arizona. So if you or you know any support group leaders that are in the Southwest area of the United States, we'd love to have them join us. That's a good question, asking if we could put the support group leader training in Spanish. That is something that we will certainly look into doing. Right now it is in English only, and it is with a trainer and myself who do these trainings. But please reach out to me. I'll put my email address in the chat for everybody, and you can email me directly to ask any further questions about what we do as a organization and specifically this support group leader training program. Thanks, Larry.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I think we may have a translator or two on the line that may be able to help out with some foreign language training. Yeah, give Rachel an email and let's see if we can make that happen. And that's the type of things that when we bring them up, we talk about having, think global, act local, so Rachel has this great global idea of training these people to be support group leaders. Everywhere around the world needs support groups. And now we need to go, locally, we need it in Spanish. So then we figure out how do we do that? I mean, that's genius. I'm going to share my screen or a little bit, and as we go through this, I just have a few slides today, a few announcements, and then I'm going to turn it over to you, and I'm going to let you ask questions or share what you're doing, what kind of advocacy you might be doing, what kind of wellness you're doing, what kind of programs you're putting together. I know a lot of people are doing a lot of great things, and I'd like to give you the platform to share that. And you may inspire somebody else in the call. So without further ado, let me share my screen. So every night before I go to bed, I play Lego with my son. And this is what I did last night. And it's harder than it looks to make Legos go diagonal. For Sabella and for Jeff Constable, this is for you, because I know they're big Lego fans. And if anybody else is a Lego fan, we do have a Legos for people with Parkinson's and their friends on Facebook. So if you want to join that, just look for the group and I'll let you in. But it's fun. So this is our assemble meeting. We meet the fourth Tuesday of every month, or every other month rather. We celebrated 1 year as the PD Avengers in July. July 13th was the 1 year anniversary. And so I've put together just sort of a little PD Avengers by the numbers here and our map. So we have 3,636 PD Avengers in 70 different countries worldwide. We now have 57 partners and growing. It's really truly remarkable to see the enthusiasm for what we're doing, and not just from the Parkinson's community, but just the recognition even outside the Parkinson's community within the like you look at the physicians and the neurologists and the movement disorder specialists that are talking about what we're doing, and it's and the organizations that are excited about it. It's been very rewarding for us. Here are among our many groups or partners that have signed on to help support the PD Avengers and be a part of what we're doing. This is such an impressive list and I know I'm missing a few, so if yours isn't up there, I apologize. But it's just, you can't hardly fit them all on one page. And these are the who's who when it comes to Parkinson's. And I'm really proud of what everybody's doing and how everybody's supporting each other and collaborating. The collaboration that I'm seeing, that we're seeing, not just with us to align our messaging, but even outside of the PD Avengers, these organizations are beginning to talk and collaborate with each other on a number of different projects, and that's exciting, and that's a shift that I think is very much welcome as we continue to find ways to raise awareness and raise the urgency as a global alliance to end Parkinson's. We had many highlights in the first year. One of them that still is talked about is the Red Letter campaign. And then we sent 30,000 letters to Washington, D.C., to the White House mailroom, which is amazing, asking for a ban on paraquat and some other pesticides, making Medicare's coverage of telemedicine permanent, and increasing Parkinson's research funding tenfold. And we did that in partnership with the authors of the book, Ending Parkinson's Disease. They are the inspiration for the PD Avengers. These four gentlemen, Dr. Ray Dorsey, Dr. Boz Bloom, Dr. Todd Shear, and Dr. Michael Okun. They've written the preeminent book on Parkinson's. If you've not read it, you should. They are really they've written what I like to say is they've written the first chapters, and we hope to write the last one. But we are going to probably have repeats of the Red Letter campaign in other parts of the world as the different organizations figure out what they want to lobby their governments for. And so I know I've been talking to Parkinson's Canada and some others who are looking to utilize this type of campaign moving forward. I was invited to participate in the World Health Organization's Parkinson's Working Committee. It was a workshop that's turned into more than that. It's the first time they've talked about Parkinson's at the World Health Organization in 30 years. And there was 30 people invited to it and only one person with Parkinson's, and that was me. And what we're doing is we're writing a technical brief that will be given to the UN nation states, and that it will be about how to address Parkinson's as a growing pandemic in each of the countries, and what the expectation is for recognizing Parkinson's disease, counting the number of diagnoses each year, and the deaths, and making sure that people have equity of access to medical care and to diagnoses, and making sure there's an education plan for those parts of the world where Parkinson's is still misunderstood to the point where a lot of people think it's still witchcraft. So there's a lot of work to be done there, but the PD Avengers were a voice present at the table. And that was a huge, huge victory for us this year. We have also seen the PD Avengers inspire some other groups. Some of the founding members of the PD Avengers also founded Women's Parkinson's Project. Christine in Peru is leading up this alliance of Iberoamerica Parkinson's Group, which is for Portuguese and Spanish speaking in American countries. So that would be, South America and whatnot. And their vision is to be a network that facilitates improved quality to care for Parkinson's patients in the Spanish-speaking world, encouraging education for the patient community, training for healthcare professionals, and awareness-raising advocacy. And you can see Christine's email address there. She's on the line too. And they also have this event coming up, and that says "Save the Date," and it's in October. And so they're doing some great stuff there in South America and Peru. So congratulations, Christine, on getting this off the ground. I know it's a big project. The other thing,
I'm organizing the event, someone else is, but I'm helping.
Okay, well, good. Well, I give you full credit. The other thing is I'm in talks with Abbott, who's one of the makers of DBS equipment, and they develop machinery, medical tools and whatnot. And I was talking to them about a year ago, actually, and they were really impressed with what we were doing and wondering how they could help. And I suggested that, well, maybe the first thing you can do is, put together a patient council to help you from, soup to nuts as you're developing new product, that make sure that it's what's needed, and so the patient has a say in how it's created. And they like that idea. And so I just heard from them this week, and they are moving forward with a patient council for this company. And so be on the lookout for opportunities to apply for that. So those are the types of things that we can make a difference in. So that's just some brief highlights of what we've done. I mean, Parkinson's Africa was a big success. We helped launch that, and I'm sure there's so many. I don't want to take up a lot of time celebrating our year of little successes, but I think it's important to celebrate every time we do something. It's going to take a lot of little victories to get the big win. And so that's what we are focused on. I can tell you that Tim and Sonia and I are really focused right now on, as we hit the 1 year mark, we're working with some PR and marketing professionals as we try to really focus and tighten the focus of PD Avengers, making sure that we are clearly communicating with everybody and giving everybody a sense of ownership and action, and making sure this is a movement that is moving and not just stalling. And I know, the first year is a tough slog. We weren't even sure where it was going to go, and we're so thrilled with where we are today. I don't know that. I don't know what we expected, but I tell you what, I'm pleasantly surprised with how great the response has been. And so, and that's because of all the enthusiasm you guys bring to the table, and all your superpowers that we're putting to use. Tim, do you want to say anything?
Good day, everyone. Glad to see you. And Larry's right. There's been huge amounts of enthusiasm from the world, literally the world, to PD Avengers. And I am shocked and amazed at 12 months in how much good things get said about us from all corners. And we're really proud to see the impact that people have had in encouraging various organizations to collaborate together, to talk to one another, to work together in ways that we've not seen in Parkinson's for years and years. And that comes from all of you influencing all of those around you and all the conversations that go on. So thank you for being a part of the team and helping to make it happen.
So now I'd like to flip it to you. If just put up your hand in the virtual hand so we can call on people who have their hand raised. If you have something to ask or something to share, the more we share, the more we can help each other. Or maybe you have a question for us or the rest of the group. One thing you could also comment on is communication. How frequently should we be communicating with you, and what would you like to see in those communications? So, Nenod.
Yes, I guess I'm first.
Go for it.
Yeah. First of all, you don't look like you have Parkinson at all.
Yeah. I feel like it.
Yes, but I wouldn't be able to tell. You have a smile and everything. It's amazing what you achieved in such a short period of time. And
thank you.
We will be very glad to join. I am a founder of Ping Pong Parkinson, and I met Boss in Kyoto. That's why I joined. I don't know how to join as a group.
Okay. Just you can email me at larry@pdavengers.com.
Okay, I'll do that. And if you can maybe put your email so everybody who doesn't have,
yeah,
you should. And I use ping pong as a therapy for the Parkinson, and it helped me to reverse some symptoms. I couldn't play syncopation on the guitar. I'm a professional musician, and so after I started to play ping pong, I could play guitar again. So we are trying to figure it out how to animate the scientific community to look into this story. I'm also playing virtual reality table tennis with Quest, with Oculus. That helps me. And I have a short song, 3 minutes. If you want, I can play you. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Are you kidding me? Live music? That's what we're all waiting for.
Okay, so let me just put. I had an interview just a minute before I joined. That's why I'm dressed up. Otherwise,
I thought that's just how you always dressed.
No, I don't sleep with this. So here's the song that I could not play before. But now I can play. Can you hear me well?
Sounds great.
Okay. If I had another life, I would never walk straight. All the things I love to do, other people love to hate. Put my shoes on my ears, my hat on my feet, park the car in the kitchen, take a bath in the street. I love ping pong, I love bounce, I love the Three Stooges and those crazy drums. I like lovers who don't vote the same, lying on my bed in the stars and the rain. Oh yeah. If I had another life, I would run, have some fun. But seriously, if I had another life, I would run for president, feed the pigeons in the park, never paid the rent. Jerry Garcia, Secretary of State, declares money illegal. Wouldn't that be great? I love ping pong, I love bounce, and trolley pizza and those crazy drums. I like lovers who don't vote the same, lying on my bed in the stars and the rain. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. If I had another life, I would do it all again. Run a movie from the middle, beginning at the end. Try to miss the target, win the biggest score. Tell my dad I love him, but I never did before. I love ping pong, another life. If I had another life, if I had another life. There you go.
That's amazing. That is a great treat.
Yeah, I could not play. You see, 5 years ago, I stumbled in syncopation. This is syncopation. It's not downbeat, it's downbeat. But syncopation is, and I stumbled like, I just couldn't play. And after 6 months of playing table tennis, I could do it. So
that's amazing.
Yeah. So
that's great.
I think we have to look into this odd, major innovations come from left field. Like,
yeah, well, I'll tell you, one of the things that's really helped me is I started an improvisation troupe. And so we have improv for Parkinson's, and we meet every week and we do performances, and it really sharpens the mind. It really helps with, A, it's scheduled laughter in my week, and B, you have to listen and you have to react and you have to have facial expressions. And
that's a great idea.
Yeah, and so we're actually going to do research on that. We just got a grant for it, so it's very exciting. So thank you for sharing your song and for sharing your love of ping pong. And next, let's go to Lauren from PD Buzz.
Hey, Larry. Hi, everyone. Larry, I had emailed you about this. I did a talk for a Rotary group locally, and I talk to people with Parkinson's all the time on a regular basis every week. I very rarely talk to groups of just the general public. And these were really educated people. They had no clue about Parkinson's. They didn't know the statistics. They were shocked. They just really knew very, very little about it. It was really eye-opening to me. And I really think, we've got a huge group of rock stars here, the PD Avengers. You guys know your Parkinson's stuff. We are the experts. And I really think we need to make an effort to get out locally and just talk to these groups, offer yourself up, put it in terms of your story so that they remember it. Because we've got to get the word out, or we're not going to get, the funding and everything else that we're trying to get.
Right. No, that's a great idea. And I remember when you emailed me, I was like, oh yeah, we need to actionize that. Maybe you and I can put together a sort of a template for folks to follow.
Yeah.
That'd be great. Thank you.
Sure.
Laura Kennedy Gold in Seattle.
Unmute.
Nope.
Can you unmute yourself? There you go.
There. I think I'm unmuted.
I hear you.
That was great from, is it Nenod, the musician, the success story there. I guess I am looking for more success stories from other people. I am been fighting crooked posture now for about 5 years. I guess I'm a very bad physical therapy patient. So I'd love to hear anybody's success story, particularly with fixing their posture.
Okay. Does anybody have a story about fixing your posture? Just raise your hand and put it into the, we'll call on you as we go through the names. Suze, you're up next.
Hi there. So I'm fairly new to the whole Parkinson's environment. My brother has Parkinson's, and we're trying to learn as much as we can about this disease and, how to make it, what he can be doing to help him. And so a couple of things. One is I would like to see information about how family members can assist, can help, and communicate with people who have Parkinson's. And because he's pushing back when I offer suggestions. And number two, what exercises work best?
Well, that is the exercise that works best is the exercise he'll do. And that's what every neurologist will tell you.
Okay.
It's just a matter of moving your body and getting out there and doing what you can, and then increasing the intensity over time. Tim Haig is our wellness guru, and there's a bunch of them on the line as well. But Tim, I'm going to start with you if you have some advice in this area.
Thank you.
Well, I would echo what you said, Larry. And first and foremost is the exercise he will do. Now, the research has shown us the exercise that is best for all of us is intense anaerobic exercise is being pushed, but most of us haven't done that for a long time. So I encourage folks to get involved with something they will do, something that they love, and it doesn't matter what. And like Larry said, it's about getting your body moving, getting active. And the more strenuous you can make that as time goes on, the better. But first and foremost, just get him active doing something that he loves. And if that's golfing, then golf. If it's walking, walk. If it's swimming, swim. Whatever he will do regularly without you having to drag him off the couch and force him to, the better. And just know that that is aside from his meds, that's the next thing that he needs to be doing. There's nothing more important than that.
It could be bicycling, it could be pickleball, it could be tennis, it could be
anything.
Ping pong, it could be anything.
And I guess people have to start where they're at because he has neuropathy in his feet and hands. He's got limited mobility. Someone was telling me Tai Chi might be a good place to start.
Sure. I also have neuropathy in my hands and mostly my feet. And so it makes it difficult, but you once you start, like I go out and walk the dog 3 times a day, and I'm gonna have neuropathy whether I'm standing or sitting. I just have to make sure I have my walking poles with me or whatever if I'm having an off day. But you kind of have to work through it. It's hard, very hard, but it's important. When I don't move, I know it.
Yeah. Hey, Larry, is it possible I can get a link to the recording?
Oh, sure. Yeah, we'll post it. We'll have it on our website, pdavengers.com, and we'll put it on social media as well.
Okay, thank you. Thank y'all very much.
Let's go to Rob Warner.
Hi, everybody. Can you hear me all right?
How's the bicycling going?
Going great. In fact, we're training for a 400-mile race in Utah. It's called Salt to Saint. And it's 8 of my family members. We're going to ride our bikes from Salt Lake City to St. George, Utah. And we're trying to earn money for Michael J. Fox Foundation. So my goal is to get 15 grand. So we're about $3,000 into it. And
that's great.
And then also I just wanted to mention to everyone, if you're not a part of the advocacy for Michael J. Fox, I'll put a link up here for you to get involved. There's a great initiative right now that they're trying to put forth a bill to try and ban paraquat. So I'll put that in the chat. So hopefully everyone can, at least in the United States, can write their congressman and tell them to support that bill.
That link's also in the newsletter we sent out over the weekend.
Yep. Thank you.
Thanks, Rob. Appreciate it. Also, keep in mind when the World Parkinson Congress is in Spain in 2023, there's a group of people that are planning a bike ride from the UK to Spain. So you can start training for that too.
All right. That'd be fun.
Yeah. All right, Penny Collingwood. Penny P.
Yes, okay. Collingwood's a little ski town about 2 hours north of Toronto. And I'm surprised nobody mentioned dance because there's been a 3-year study going on at a couple of universities here where they follow people with Parkinson's and without Parkinson's. With Parkinson's who did the dance classes and without, no, not without, forget, just the ones that did the dance classes. Anyway, they have this, just this morning, this came out in our national newspaper. I don't know if they can read it. Dancing just might be your superpower, because they have found that the people that dance were light years ahead as far as stopping the progression. It doesn't cure anything, but it stops the progression apparently, because it's such a multitasking thing that dance is, because you have to choreograph it and listen to the music and make the music go. So there's a group in Toronto that you can get on virtually that is amazing. They have trained professional dancers from the National Ballet School and so on. And they put together a program that gets you to do things that PD people have trouble with, like making your right leg go at the time as your left leg and right arm go together, that sort of thing. Anyway, if you just go www.dancingwithparkinsons.com, it'll tell you everything you need to know about getting with the program virtually. And it is every single day of the year for half an hour at 11 o'clock in the morning.
That's
Just
great.
tune in, it's wonderful.
Well, thanks for sharing that. I appreciate it, Penny.
Mhm.
Gil, are you stretching or you got something to say?
I want in, baby.
Go for it.
Okay. Hey guys, this is Gil Thielen in Macon, Georgia. What the Avengers has really catalyzed is the notion of taking action from the patient or the sufferer up rather than from the institution down. I was reminded of this when I saw the Parkinson's Foundation's list of programs that they're funding this year, and all of it was from the institution down to the individual. What we're doing here is just the opposite. Our institution has failed us. They have shelved the Rocksteady boxing program. So what we've done, we Parkinson's boxers have started our own. We're starting our own exercise sociability program at a local university, and so we're going from the ground up. And that's the kind of thing that PD Avengers is, I think, really encouraging, because that's the way I think it has to go. So that the person with Parkinson's and their care partner is center rather than peripheral. Mm-hmm. And we're going to be starting up in September, and Middle Georgia State University is our partner, and we're using their great health center for this program. And I need to show you the t-shirts for our program, which is called PD Fit. This is the backside, guys. Can you see it?
Kneecapping Parkinson's.
Kneecapping Parkinson's. All right. So it's got attitude, and I think we all have to have attitude as we go against old Doc Parkinson's. And so I hope that we can learn some lessons here that can be translated to other places in terms of from the patient up, and the idea of engaging small universities in our area rather than the Emorys and the Dukes and the wherever's. And so we're doing that, and we'll keep you posted, and we're darn excited about it.
Great, thanks, Gil. Chaz.
Got to get that. Okay, I think I'm unmuted now.
You're good.
Hope everybody's doing fine. I've been taking part in a Nordic walking study with Grand Valley State University. There's 12 of us. We started at the end of April, 6 weeks where they trained us and they gave us coaches. And then we've got 3 months of, we're supposed to get out 3 to 4 times a week. And with the Nordic walking poles, they're not the real long ones. They're adjusted for us for your height. Mm-hmm. But it's helped most everybody I know in the program. It's helped our balance. I mentioned it on posture. It helped my posture. It's been really nice. It helps prevent falls, get you walking better, walking more upright. So it's been fun. We'll know more later as they take blood samples and do biomarkers and things.
Oh, cool.
But later on, once they get published, we'll give you more information on it. But it's
that'd be great.
Been a fun study, and I encourage Nordic walking. And one reason is, I love to bike, but my upper body gets stiff. And this, I can go out and get a good workout and gets things moving.
Yeah, I've got the activator poles that are for Nordic walking. I love them. I use them just if I'm going on a walk with my wife. It allows me to keep up with her a little bit better than if I'm just trying to do it by myself.
Yeah, and I got my wife a set of poles too, so, you know, it gives us something we can do together.
That's great. That's great. Good to hear. Thanks for sharing.
Yep, thanks.
Ilona, did I see your hand up?
Yes, I can't figure out how to do the hand up thing.
That's okay. You did it fine just in real life.
Thanks. Well, I'm just, I guess, connecting to a lot that people have said so far. I'm in Toronto, and I've been amazed because it seems like I can't find much going on here, and it seems like I've been doing things through the BC Parkinson's Society. Like it's really helped me all through the this pandemic thing. And with Larry, I'm also in the yeah, which is it's great. And I think just addressing some of the things like that aren't. I think the one man who was talking about things that they're coming from another direction, like the dance, like so needing to really look at how to help us kind of do things that address the emotional side, the you know, getting together, the connecting kind of. And I'm just wondering if anybody knows of anything in Toronto. Like I really keep up with things, and I'm like somebody else was saying too. People don't know. Some people have never even heard of Parkinson's, and it really frustrates me. Like how do you get this information out? And so I'm wondering if there's any way of tying with anybody in the Toronto or close to Toronto area that knows about anything going, or
any Torontonians here that have advice?
The one that I mentioned, she would fit into that. Yeah, just
dancing.
over that website. Yeah, for dancing. And there's some social part to that.
I do know about the dance with Parkinson's. Yep.
Yeah.
Rick, you got anything?
I was going to say, try Parkinson's Canada. They just sent out one of their monthly newsletters today, and there was resources for mental health, resources for exercising.
Yeah, I get those, but they're very, frankly, they're not very innovative, and they kind of just, and the support groups they don't. It seems like that's hard to find something that really isn't just huge and totally, yeah, it's limited.
Well, I belong to the Toronto YOPD support group.
What's the YOP?
YOPD is young onset Parkinson's. So it's generally for people who are diagnosed under 50.
Okay.
Right? But there are people my age pushing close to 60. And we're a support group that meets once a month. We also belong to a bike club called the Rigid Riders, and we're raising money for Parkinson's in August, the Pedaling for Parkinson's.
Rigid Riders.
So it sounds like you're more active.
Well, yeah, I've been digging and trying to keep active. That's like, you just kind of look around. And I think the problem with Toronto in general is that we're under such a strong lockdown right now that like the boxing programs aren't working, nothing. Like we're one of the strictest lockdowns in the country, and I think we're struggling with getting through that.
Yeah.
But I have found Parkinson's Canada very useful, and even trying to get on like the support group, and it has opened up all the doors, like making me bike more and everything.
Right.
And Ilona, I put our U-Turn Parkinson's website on your chat as well. And we've got a lot of online classes that we do that you might want to take note of. We're in Winnipeg, and I'm trying my darndest to think of a friend out in Toronto who might have something for you, but I can't think of her name off the top of my head.
Sonia Mather?
No, the television personality.
Oh, yeah.
I can't think of her name. And I know that they attend something there in Toronto, and I'll have to.
All right.
But
Thank
check out U-Turn, Ilona. We've got a lot of
U-Turn?
stuff online there that you
Okay,
might find helpful.
thank you very much.
You're welcome.
All right, let's move to Germany. Here's Catherine.
Hello, my name is Katrin. I apologize for my not perfect English. I'm really glad to be here with you and see so many enthusiastic people. I'm 42 years old. I was diagnosed 2 years ago with Parkinson's disease. And I was a little bit late because I came back from my ping pong Parkinson group I'm leading in Germany, in Münster. It's quite cool to see Nenod Bach as well here. So I didn't really notice if there are any other European countries in this conversation. My question would be, is it possible to connect with other countries who recently started with a PD Avenger group? Because me and some other people started a group in Germany. And we are in touch with Larry, and we are having a conversation in a few days, Larry. And yeah, we're quite excited and don't really know how to start. We started with a video, and yeah, we would like to hear from you what you would recommend, and if there are any hints or best practice things how to start properly.
Well, I think it's one of the great things about what we're doing is that it is a think global, act local. So whatever is needed for your country or your group or your demographic or whatever, however you're defining your group is what it needs. So there is no wrong way to do this. But if people have advice, I think actually you guys have already started a Facebook group in your as PD Avengers Germany, and I think that's farther ahead than a lot of people, frankly.
Okay.
And Larry, I'd be more than happy to be a part of that call as well, if it would be helpful.
Okay.
We're 5 years into U-Turn Parkinson's here in Winnipeg. We started from the ground up, and we run rock steady boxing, yoga, not dance yet, but cycling, voice therapy with a speech therapist on staff. And it's all been people with Parkinson's who started it and have grown it. So I'd love to give you some insight into how you might do that in Germany.
And Packy, you've started a group in Spain, and she started, I guess, last fall, Condi Parkinson. And you have a great little website and a community, and it's just sort of, it grew from 2 people to 12 people to now hundreds.
Hello, everybody. Sorry, because my English is not good. We are from Spain, but we live in different provinces, like in different states. Okay, we are a group of 10 women. Isabella can introduce our group. Sorry.
I heard my name.
Yeah, Becky needs your help.
Isabella coming to the rescue. I just put the address for the website. It's all in Spanish, but some of the stuff you'll find also in English. I was going to send a message to Catherine to tell her, listen, we're here. So yes, as Paki was saying, it's YOPD women from different parts of Spain. We haven't really all met in person yet. We've only met online mostly. And it's been great. And we're also in touch with the Women's Parkinson's program. I always mess it up. Sorry, Kat. I know she's there somewhere. We just did an amazing, funnily great video, TikTok video last week for World Brain Day. We'll get a link for all of you to laugh with us, our embarrassment. And it was great. And also, yes, thank you, Christine. So yeah, so it started as a blog in November 2020. And it's grown to be the website that you can see, even if you don't speak Spanish. I think you can see how big it's become. And it's major to give visibility to women with Parkinson's, especially with YOPD in Spain. But I think that the impact is getting places. So it's a very exciting group to be part of. And thank you for giving us some time today.
Yeah, for sure. And they're a great partner of PD Avengers. In fact, helping us develop a video for an upcoming art gallery showing in London, where there's going to be 50 people with Parkinson's from around the world showing their art. And it's also going to be a virtual tour. So if you got the newsletter yesterday or over the weekend from PD Avengers, there's a link in there of how to find that. But I've had a sneak peek, and let me tell you, it's pretty amazing. Both the video that Condi Parkinson is making for us and the art itself is just truly remarkable. It's great. It's great to see. Jeff Constable, speaking of remarkable, here's a gentleman who's up at 4 in the morning for this call in Australia.
Thanks, Larry. Well, it's not all that. You guys usually get me up a lot earlier for World Parkinson's meeting, so this is a bit late for me. Just to follow up with a couple of the comments made before, for Penny, just for your interest, I just finished a research program with the University in Melbourne on dancing, and they're looking at the different styles of dance and the impact it has on Parkinson's, and also use of chairs and support for people with really bad balance issues, so that everyone can get involved in that. I think the results of that will be coming out soon, so maybe I'll get those and pass them on to Larry. It's be good information about that as well too. For Chaz, on walking, stick at it, buddy. Really excited to hear when people start doing these exercise programs, because it reminds me of where I was when I first started off. And Larry, we've got 3 PD Avenger teams guaranteed for the Oxfam 100K, which we're doing in October, start of October. That'll be my 5th. We're going to go in a bit underdone with training because of the COVID lockdowns. We're just about to come out of our 5th in Melbourne, and a massive storm tore up the mountain range, which is about 40 kilometres of the walk, and that's been closed to us as well too. So, yeah. We're going to struggle a bit with training, but we'll get through it. So yeah, and Oxfam's appointed me ambassador again, and they're going to follow us in social media, the 3 teams, through the rest of our training and on event day as well too. So yeah, 100 kilometres in probably about 26 hours. Wow. So yeah.
And then, well, how's your flying contraption?
Sorry? Oh yeah, that's no, I'm waiting for that. So yeah, Melbourne Lord Mayor, because we have a, I've spoken to you about this in March every year. We have a festival called Moomba. There's a quite interesting story about the name. So when they first created or decided they'd have this festival, they wanted to acknowledge our Indigenous people and use a name from their something from their language that meant something. And there was this guy who wasn't too happy with the local governments, so he came up with the idea Moomba, and everyone loved it because it sounded such a friendly and exciting thing. And they said, it meant let's get together and have fun. But it turned out that it was how about you kiss my ass? That didn't come out for years and years, but yeah, Moomba. So there's a great event, gets huge coverage. So we get a public holiday for this festival in Melbourne, in the whole of all of Victoria, and the event is Birdman Rally. So you have to run down a ramp and leap off in a man-made flying contraption, and land in the river that goes through the centre of Melbourne. They usually get about 500,000 people watching it. So I qualified and got in for last year, but COVID closed the event. So we're hopeful of that going ahead next year as well too. So we'll start, if that is going to happen, we'll start building and organizing that in October. But yeah, we've got a huge group behind us to get that going, and that'll be PD Avenger and flying crafts called Shaky Breaky. So so breaky is when we hit the water, or
Right.
I hit the water with it. Yeah. So we'll do that. But yeah, the 100K is coming up. So yeah, keep an eye on it's particularly Facebook and Twitter. There'll be lots of posts coming up on that.
That's great. Thanks, Jeff. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Carl Robb.
Larry, I just wanted to add, the great thing about PD Avengers is a unified voice for Parkinson's, which is what we've been needing for years, not since PAN, which has not been around for a while. The unified voice of the patients itself is what's it's going to take to get noticed.
What's it going to take to get noticed?
No, I'm saying PD Avengers is what's it going to take to get noticed.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. I think we're already getting noticed, and I think some people are noticing us in a good way, and some people think we're a thorn in their side, and I'll take both.
Exactly.
Because we kind of need to be ever-present, loud, uncomfortable voice, reminding them that we're here and that we're not going anywhere, and we're in need of help.
Making good trouble, Larry. Making good
trouble. That's right, Gil. When there's no other disease where the best option is a 50-year-old medicine.
I'm still on it.
Yeah. How long you been on that, Carl? 30 years?
30 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right. Penny and Collingwood, you're back on the air.
Yeah, I just wanted to clarify something that Jeff mentioned about the dance thing. The one that is virtually on now because of COVID and so on has been so successful that they are going to continue it in the future. And also it's a sitting exercise, and you would think you wouldn't get a lot of activity sitting. Well, I'm telling you, you get into a real sweat. And these gals that are the professional dancers that need it, they just keep you moving. So anybody that's worried about balance, you can do it from a sitting position.
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
I just posted my email again because it was asked of me to do so. We are coming down to the wire here. Does anybody have any last comments they'd like to share? This was a great gathering. I'm glad we did this. I think we need to share these ideas more and more because you guys can help each other. It doesn't have to just be like, listen, we don't want to become a top-down organization. This is about you. And so I think this is a really good format for this call where we talk for about 10 minutes and you get 50. I love that. Does that feel good? Susan, happen every other month, and it's the 4th Tuesday of the month at the same time. And it's on the website too if you look for the assemble meetings. Yes, Alona.
Just one thought here. It seems like one of the things that I'm noticing is that well, there's young onset Parkinson's, but then there are all the people who are 80, 90, 70 like me, and people who are in wheelchairs or who really, yeah, how do I guess maybe that's the thing, how to involve those people to have a voice, to be heard.
Yeah, that's a good question. Let's figure that out. That's why we have all these smart people on this call. Brian Tironi, formerly of
Good day,
Michigan.
sir. How are you doing?
Good.
Yes, now South Carolina. Larry, I'm wondering, has anybody with DVS experienced or heard of energy leak?
Of what?
Energy leak.
I don't know.
I'm guessing no, because nobody's jumping up. I was just curious because it's a situation I've been
You're leaking energy?
off, and I don't know about DVS. So I was just looking for someone else.
Okay, well, yeah, I'll keep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is it the
Say
bath?
again? They're not sure yet.
Okay. Well, keep me posted on that. I'm worried about you. All right. Anybody else?
Will do.
I have to jump to another meeting, but I want to thank everybody for your time, for your inspiration, for your motivation, for your continued love of each other, and for just waking up every day and just putting one foot forward and making it through the day and getting up again the next day. It's hard what we're doing, and you guys are doing it great. So keep up the good work. Thank you.
Thank you.
I can't promise a song every meeting. Sorry.